Yo, what's up, Tech Motor Show fam? From Hollywood fame to racetrack glory to prototypes that never should have existed. These aren't bikes, they're rolling art with roaring souls, and yep, some of these went for more than Lamborghinis. So, rev up that like button, throttle down on that subscribe, and ring that notification bell like it's the final lap at Daytona. Let's count down the top 15 iconic motorcycles auctioned for millions. Number 15, 1951 Vincent Black Lightning, the fastest gentleman's express. Sold for a jaw-dropping $929,000 at Bonham's in Las Vegas. Only around 30 were ever built. This particular one set the Australian land speed record in 1953, with Jack Arrett riding it. That red tank, bare bones build, and 150 mph top end in the 1950s, unreal. It's British engineering with a punk rock soul. Beyond its blistering speed and rarity, the Vincent Black Lightning became famous in pop culture through Richard Thompson's ballad 1952 Vincent Black Lightning. The song alone immortalized the bike in the minds of enthusiasts worldwide. With magnesium components, high compression pistons, and rear set foot controls, the Black Lightning was essentially a race bike sold to the public. And unlike most museum pieces, this one was ridden hard, raced often, and still lives on with all its battle scars. No wonder it broke records, not just on the road but at auction too. Collectors consider it the holy grail of British motorcycling. Number 14, 1907 Harley Davidson Strap Tank, Museum on Wheels. Sold for $935,000 at Mecum in 2023. This is one of the earliest Harley Davidsons ever made, only about a dozen exist. The strap tank nickname comes from how the oil and fuel tanks are literally held on with nickel-plated steel straps. It's not just a motorcycle, it's a mechanical birth certificate of Harley Davidson. The 1907 strap tank featured a 440cc single-cylinder engine, a leather belt drive, and pedals reminiscent of a bicycle. This particular unit was found in a barn and painstakingly restored to nearly all original condition, which added enormously to its value. It represents a time when motorcycling was still experimental, raw, and totally wild. It's like riding a piece of industrial revolution. Collectors view it as the holy grail of early American motorcycles. Number 13, 1936 Crocker Small Tank, America's superbike before superbikes. Only 30 of these LA-built beasts were ever made, and one fetched around $825,000 at auction. Al Crocker didn't just build bikes, he handcrafted performance machines with custom specs for each buyer. It had a 1000cc V-twin engine capable of over 60 horsepower, in an era when 40 horsepower was considered a monster. Crocker even promised a full refund if any production bike beat it in a drag race. No one ever asked for their money back. This wasn't just about power, it was about rebellion, engineering, freedom, and creating a two-wheeled hot rod before that term existed. Today, every surviving Crocker is a sacred relic of American motorcycling history. Number 12, 1915 Cyclone Board Track Racer, the 100 mph time capsule. Sold for $852,000, this beast wasn't just rare, it was owned by Steve McQueen. The bright yellow Cyclone was a purebred race bike with no brakes, no clutch, and all go. With 45 horsepower from a 996cc SOHC V-twin, and a top speed exceeding 100 mph, the Cyclone was decades ahead of its time. It had sand-cast aluminum engine cases and an overhead camshaft, unheard of in 1915. Racers used to fly around wooden velodromes at breakneck speed, risking their lives on splinters. The bike is a survivor, a showpiece, and a testament to early 20th century engineering audacity. Number 11, 1992 Honda NR750, the oval piston legend. Auctioned for $181,500, the NR750 is Honda's most radical road-legal bike. With 32 valves and oval pistons, yes, oval, it essentially behaved like a V8 packed into a V4 body. Built as a street-going homage to their NR500 GP racer, the NR750 was ultra-exclusive with only 300 produced. It featured carbon fiber body panels, under-seat exhausts, and futuristic styling that still holds up today. Though misunderstood in its time due to its astronomical price tag, collectors now see it as a blueprint for the future. It wasn't made to win races, it was made to show the world what Honda could do. Number 10, 1949 AJS Porcupine, the Forgotten Champion. Sold for around $750,000, the AJS E90 Porcupine is perhaps the rarest world champion you've never heard of. Only 4 were built, and one of them won the first 500cc World Championship in 1949 with Les Graham. Its name comes from the spiky cooling fins that lined its horizontal 500cc twin engine. It featured exposed valve gear and an open frame that looked alien even back then. The Porcupine was unreliable, quirky, and experimental, but when it ran, it was unbeatable. It's a forgotten hero of Grand Prix history. Number 9, 1957 Harley-Davidson FLH Duo Glide Elvis Presley's Own Ride. Elvis Presley's mint green FLH Duo Glide sold for over $800,000. This wasn't just any Harley, it was personalized by the king himself. Featuring one of Harley's first rear suspension systems, the Duo Glide marked a turning point for touring bikes. Elvis added a custom seat and personalized details, making it a unique museum piece. It has since been displayed in the Harley-Davidson Museum and Graceland. Rock history and moto culture merge in this bike like few others. Number 8, 1939 BMW RS255 Compressor, Nazi-era supercharged menace. Sold for $480,000, the RS255 was BMW's ace in the hole. Its 500cc supercharged boxer engine dominated European racing pre-World War II. George Mayer famously won the 1939 Isle of Man TT aboard one, making it the first victory for a non-Brit. The bike used shaft drive DOHC layout and forced induction, a terrifyingly advanced mix at the time. Despite the dark era it emerged from, the RS255 is a technological marvel revered by engineers and historians alike. Number 7, 1908 Harley-Davidson Model 5, the original icon. Another $1 million Harley? You bet. The 1908 Model 5 sold for $935,000 and represented one of the earliest full production machines from the brand. With a 3-horsepower single-cylinder engine and direct belt drive, it offered primitive but effective transportation. The specific example was over 95% original, a miraculous feat for a bike that old. For collectors, it's as close as you can get to time travel. Number 6, 1974 Ducati 750 SS, the green frame god. Sold for $198,000, the Ducati 750 SS was inspired by Paul Smart's win at Imola in 1972. Only 401 units were made with the distinct seafoam green frame. It featured a 748cc bevel drive V-twin, fiberglass tank, and racing pedigree. This bike laid the groundwork for Ducati's rise in superbike culture. The 750 SS was Ducati's first true amalgamated race replica and helped build the legacy that the Panigale series carries forward today. Today, original models in pristine condition are considered unicorns in the collector world, fetching well into 6 figures when sold privately. Number 5, 1958 Ariel Cyclone, Buddy Holly's bike. This one sold for $450,000 and was owned by the legendary rock star Buddy Holly. It's one of the last bikes he ever bought before his untimely death. Powered by a 650cc parallel twin engine, the Ariel Cyclone was quick and stylish. Its musical history makes it a prized piece of memorabilia, as well as a killer motorcycle. Holly purchased the bike from Ray Miller Triumph Motorcycles in Dallas, Texas, while on tour in 1958. He and the Crickets were known to ride around town between shows, and the bike quickly became a symbol of Buddy's rebellious side. After his tragic plane crash in 1959, the bike was preserved by his parents and eventually displayed at the Buddy Holly Center. Owning this bike is like owning a jukebox full of rock history wrapped in 2 wheels and chrome. Number 4, 1929 Brough Superior SS 100, Lawrence of Arabia's obsession. Dubbed the Rolls-Royce of motorcycles, the SS100 sold for over $500,000. T.E. Lawrence, or Lawrence of Arabia, owned 7 Broughs and died on one. Each SS100 was custom-built and guaranteed to hit 100 miles per hour, a huge deal in 1929. It combined elegance, craftsmanship, and raw power. Still a top-tier collector's piece. Built by George Brough in Nottingham, England, these machines featured JAP, or matchless V-twin engines, and were individually tested to ensure performance. Lawrence's tragic crash while riding an SS100 led to medical studies on traumatic brain injury, indirectly influencing the development of motorcycle helmets. So, not only is this bike a mechanical icon, it also carries a hidden legacy in rider safety. Number 3. 1951 Vincent Series C Black Shadow Dark and Dangerous. The Black Shadow fetched over $550,000 at auction. It was the fastest production motorcycle of its time, with a top speed of 125 miles per hour. Built in the same facility that once assembled Spitfire engines, it had a sinister look and serious muscle. Riders like Hunter S. Thompson idolized it for its outlaw spirit. The Shadow came with a massive 998cc V-twin engine, iconic black crank cases, and hydraulic front forks, an early predecessor to modern suspension. It was used in police fleets across the UK due to its speed and reliability. In the post-war era, it became the go-to machine for thrill-seekers, racers, and even criminals. This bike didn't just go fast, it looked like it wanted to bite you. Number 2. 2015 Lotus C-01, the hyperbike that wasn't supposed to exist. Sold for over $900,000, the Lotus C-01 was designed by Daniel Simon of Tron fame. Only 100 were made. It featured a KTM V-twin engine, carbon monocoque body, and futuristic styling. This bike blurred the line between concept art and real-world performance. Its bodywork was crafted using carbon fiber, titanium, and aerospace-grade alloys. While the engine was sourced from the KTM RC8R and tuned to deliver around 200 horsepower. The riding position was aggressive and impractical. But that was the point. This was never meant to be practical. It was meant to be admired, collected, and revered. Think of it as a hyperbike sculpture for the ultra-rich. Number 1. 1951 Vincent Black Lightning Jack Arrett's, the record breaker. Yes, it's back. The specific bike broke the Australian land speed record and later fetched $929,000. It remained unrestored, showing off racing scars and a rich history. It is the most expensive motorcycle ever sold at auction and embodies speed, heritage, and attitude like nothing else. Jack Arrett's Black Lightning clocked in at 141.5 miles per hour on a stretch of road near Sydney, a monumental achievement in its day. The bike was later passed through various collectors, each respecting its original condition. At auction, the dents and dings weren't flaws, they were features. Each scruff told a story. It's the perfect mix of legend, performance, and provenance, and its place at the top of this list is well-deserved. And there it is, 50 motorcycles that didn't just change lives, they broke banks. These aren't just machines, they're living legends. So tell us, which one would you auction your house for? Drop your pick in the comments, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell like you're bidding at Barrett Jackson. Until next time, ride fast, dream bigger, and respect the icons. Tech Motor Show out.